But step back. Let us look at each of our households. Don't we have multi-generational folks in the families today? We do. And that is one of the conversations even during the lunch and as meeting others. We all have that when you're talking about your grandparents, parents, and then, you're talking about yourself, your siblings, and then perhaps if you have older siblings or aunts and others, and then the cousins coming in, you see multi-generations across, be it in nuclear families or extended families, right? Now, translate the same thing into a workplace. It's no different. It's just a microcosm of the society or the communities we all live in. But what has changed? I still remember when earlier on, in the kind of societal structure, at least Asian cultures, how we have all grown up. The moment in the patriarchal systems, the father is named as tiger or whatever, one of those ferocious animals. So you'll be scared to even open your mouth in front of the dad. You will shy away. And mom is the one who will negotiate for you in case you need something. That is largely majority of the households. Now, look at current situation. You have a child, it's the other way around. The child is the king or the queen. The child is largely dictating terms. What changed? One major thing all of us in our professions have to recognize and understand is, as cultures, as societies, we have been collectivist in contrast with the Western societies which have been individualistic. But with education, with globalization, we all started moving towards individualistic cultures. We encourage and want to have our children to be able to speak up and have that individual opinion even at home. So when we start doing that at home and we encourage and we want the child to do well, translate the same thing into the workplace. Why do we have to look at a worker any differently just because they are, you should not look at it in terms of age. They have an opinion, they have a point of view. Do we respect that? Can we be inclusive and put the age or the gender or any of these other factors aside and say, this individual has an opinion or a perspective. How do we welcome it? The moment you start suspending that judgment, I think respect and relevance will coexist and we will be able to sail along beautifully in the multi-generational workplaces.
Wow. I think the applaud has actually affirmed that, and I completely agree with you. And on that, I have another note coming up, which is you spoke about multi-generations in the families as well. And in families, we use the word called rebel. Right? If you don't agree with the traditions, parivar ki parampara, if you don't agree with that, then generally there's somebody in the family who will kind of do that kind of a rebel. And in organizations, we term it as resistance. So I would rather want to pass this question to maybe Shrikant, since we have Tata Legacy with us here, and I think in one way or the other, we are all children being being nurtured by Tata companies in one way or the other. So from that perspective, where do you see the resistance and resilience coming into play in the context of multi-generational workforce?
So before I start, Menika, first of all, big thanks to the organizers, Kiran and team. Great job. And thanks for everybody for staying back post-lunch. It's not easy. And staying back active is, or thanks to Kiran, the way she made everybody brighter. So coming to your question, Vedika, actually it's a continuation of what Kiran actually mentioned just now. So if you look at, I represent TCS and I'm also a very proud Tata Group employee. Currently, there are two things that are very visible in our organizations. One, multi-generation workforce. Probably we are at that cusp of that stage where there are almost 4 generations working. The senior most and then the next level and our immediate supervisors and millennials. In fact, in our organization, we are seeing a new trend of employees and their children also working in TCS today. And that's while that is one part of what we have to rebuild on the culture, something very unique that we have noticed is, I'll give a TCS example. We are 620,000 plus employees globally, and more than 5 lakhs are in India. The last 3 years, more than 50% of TCS has joined us. The current population of TCS, if you look at it, more than 50% joined us in the last 3 years. So what does this